On, Ahammune Biosciences, a clinical stage therapeutics company working towards creating new ways to treat and cure skin diseases, has raised a Series A funding round of $5 million led by Pi Ventures. The fresh funds raised will be used to conduct phase 2 human clinical trials for its drug candidate for vitiligo. To elaborate more, joining me now is Dr. Parul Ganju, the co-founder and CEO of Ahammune Biosciences. Dr. Parul, welcome to Startup Street. You claim to have developed a lead drug candidate with a first-in-class mechanism of action to treat vitiligo. Is it it is a skin depigmentation disorder that I believe currently has no cure. So how does your drug work, and how soon do you hope to get a patent for this, and when do you start with phase 2 clinical trials?
Thank you, Shruti, for having me. I mean, before I tell you how our drug works, let me just quickly give you a brief about how current treatments and management options work. Okay, the standard of care for vitiligo treatment, wherein you get white patches on the skin, is to use immunosuppressants and steroids, which may non-specifically act on your immune system and cause generalized immune suppression, leading to a lot of side effects. What many times happens is when you stop these drugs, you can't take them for long periods of time. And when you stop them, the disease comes back with a vengeance and does not bring back color to the skin. And this is where we come in.
Yes.
We have identified mechanisms that lead to this immune deregulation, and our drug candidates work on the triggers of these immunomodulation. And that's where we don't have any effect on generalized immunity. Your immunity stays as it is. It's doing its job. But our drug works on the color-producing cells, bringing back pigmentation. So it's actually working in a holistic manner.
So tell us, what kind of assessments regarding safety and efficacy of your drug in vitiligo patients are you seeing so far? What about side effects? What is the kind of impact you see this drug making once it is in the market?
So we've already completed our first-in-human clinical trials, phase 1 trials, which was done in healthy human volunteers, because this is a new drug candidate. We did not see any effect on safety, right? The clinical parameters were all safe. Our phase 2 will be the first time when the drug will be tested in vitiligo patients. Having said that, before we have reached this stage, we have done extensive studies on animals, both in terms of safety and efficacy. Animal models is what our USP is. We have developed proprietary animal models for testing of our drug candidates. And in all animal testing, we've seen this drug to be very efficacious and safe. So we are very, very excited that this drug will have a huge impact for a disease which currently does not have a cure. So it will be a global effect that we are expecting.
All right. Let's get to the fundraise now. The funds raised will be used to expand the patent portfolio and advance your R&D efforts for other immune-mediated skin diseases. Can you share with us what's in the pipeline apart from treating vitiligo? What else are you working on?
Sure. The interesting aspect of skin diseases is that a lot of them share a common mechanism by which triggers happen. And what we have done is we've done a lot extensive testing for a small molecule therapeutics platform that we have developed, which has the capacity to treat a lot of these skin diseases. Currently, we are using that platform for atopic dermatitis and fibrosis, but the use cases are endless for it.
All right, one final question before I let you go. Talk to us about the partnerships that you've built so far. Any pharmaceutical companies that you've partnered with to co-develop the assets to maximize reach and commercial potential, and how soon do you go to market?
So we have partnerships with academic institutes and international bodies for our R&D, and we are actively speaking to the pharma companies for increasing the reach of our drug candidate. And in the next 4 years, we see this drug to be commercialized with the patients, helping them improve the outcomes for vitiligo, and something coming completely out of India, which, it's not very well, India is not very well known for drug discovery, and that's what we are trying to change now.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Parul, for joining us on Startup Street. And once again, we wish you the very best for your phase 2 clinical trials. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Shruti.
With that, it's time for us to head into a short break.